This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Dak going to start out going to the air. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That's into the hands of Tolbert. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll throw again. Prescott. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Touchdown! Robert Tonyan, 28 yards. And the Packers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drills.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44. That pick his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out
exactly.
there. But the 9 picks
9 picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tonyan. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Going for it with Sanders. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
The Cowboys make over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 7-7, our score after one.
7-7.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Prescott now from the 50.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
2nd down, Prescott.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
He has it complete to Christian Watson, finding space at the 40.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 37.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Robert Tonyan
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Packers have moved out in front.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
A second down throw for Prescott. He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A first down carry by Elliott. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On play action, Prescott. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively, 6 DBs in the game. Prescott now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Packers! Miles Sanders with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that'll be caught by Fehoko.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Prescott. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Prescott from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. After the sack on first down, Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. A final shot before half for Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Malik Hooker. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And the ball is knocked out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. In motion goes the tight end. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 42. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll go again with Sanders. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 1, Prescott. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle, because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
4th down, Prescott. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
Dancing to his left. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 2nd and a yard, Prescott. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Prescott. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott.
Got his man, it's Fehoko.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Cowboys.
Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Prescott to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now Elliott. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Again, it's Elliott.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 5.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that.
And sneak attack. They're going to run for it. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. First down, Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
In motion left is Watkins.
26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He finds Watson complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation. And now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Right back to Sanders on first down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
That one goes for 30 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Green Bay, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first. He's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first down, Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On a jet sweep, here comes Tony. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that would work well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Second and 6. 4
yards on the pickup.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a third down. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Juju. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
To end the Dolphins now with a first and 10
at their own 22.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
A gain of 14. And the Dolphins first down.
Ready, set.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 0.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tua going to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And it'll be intercepted.
Trip McDuffie with a pick, and the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They go play fake. Mahomes.
Open man downfield. That's Smith-Schuster.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
It's another 1st down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those are
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Jalen Phillips, the former 1st-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes.
That'll be caught. It's Tony. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Mahomes going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on a touchdown pass.
And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Now here's Mahomes. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 21 to zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit up.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Trip McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. But right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Burrow to throw right away.
Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
On 1, ready?
They run for it with Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Tyus Bowser blowing that play up. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now they go play action now. Burrow.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Score that tackle for loss to the Wyoming alumnus, Logan Wilson.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And here's Taylor on the return.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
A great play there. Two touchdowns here so far.
And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out in all extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Throwing is Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson.
And this goes out wide for Drake. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw again is Jackson. He'll set up the screen to Drake. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now they go screen. It's complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Here's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
They'll get that out wide to Duvernay. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Jackson's throws on target to Duvernay.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Demarcus Robinson in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
Tucker with the extra point. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's Edwards again on second down.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On third down, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On the option right is Jackson.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
And they run with Edwards off the option.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 4th down, here's Jackson. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And he is going to have first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll go option to the short side, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Sam Hubbard that time coming through defensively with reckless abandon. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson, he dumps it off to Drake. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Open man is Duvernay.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, they had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
11 MT, hey! 11 MT.
They go play action with Burrow. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 16.
Burrow on play action. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to go up top again. And this one is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Burrow.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On first down, Drake. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. DJ Reader there on the tackle. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Jackson now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
But it'll be second and goal.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Jackson will keep it. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak.
And the Ravens have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Play action. It's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Well, let's see where they turn on third and goal from the 5.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
Gus Edwards
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Devin Duvernay.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together.